Today is Sunday, April 18, 2021. How the US is exploiting poverty in Iran. It is difficult for me to write this paper. On the one hand, emotions are running around, and on the one hand, I do not have a good command of the English language. I'm doing my best to defend my beloved country, Iran and Iranians. I'm writing this piece with genuine sadness that I see how the US medical teams are involved in human organ harvesting in Iran. It was not bad enough that Jimmy Carter installed Khomeini in power in Iran to plunder Iran's oil. Now the US doctor Sigrid Fry-Revere, I apologize for mispronouncing her name, her first name and last name, is advocating human harvesting in Iran with the help of Dr. Bahar Bastani. On March 1st, 2014, Dr. Revere published a book that the US has a kidney shortage. Americans cannot help themselves because by the time potential donors come to the hospitals, the kidneys are not in good condition for the recipients. Iranian doctor told Dr. Revere to go to Iran to harvest kidneys. On March 12, 2015, Dr. Sigrid Fry-Revere appeared on TED-Med and spoke about her goal to respond to US kidney shortage. Dr. Revere believes that Americans have the right over Iranians because she's a privileged white person. That's not what she's saying it, but that's, as a white privileged person, that's what she's thinking. It is very difficult for me to read this piece. Now we look at the economic climax in Iran. In March 2006, Export Development Canada published an article concerning painful condition in Iran. This article mentioned that 75% of national income is in the hands of 10% of the population. Back then, Iran's population was 70 million. 90% of Iran's population has access to 25% of Iran's wealth. It is a perfect recipe for exploiting individuals who do not have financial resources. Now let's look at politics in Iran. The Cambridge University defines the notion of totalitarianism as a system, a government that has almost complete control over the lives of its citizens and does not permit political opposition. In the system of kleptocracy, it is a form of a state which has corrupt politicians enrich themselves secretly outside the rule of law through kickbacks, bribes, and special favors, or they simply direct state funds to themselves and their associates. Also, kleptocrats often export much of their profits to foreign nations in anticipation of losing power. In conclusion, Dr. Sigrid Fry-Revere solved the US kidney shortage by harvesting human organs in Iran. Dr. Revere advocates human exploitation. She's also using her gender to give a soft tone to her cruelty that she's promoting. Iranians are struggling with poverty since the post-1979 revolution in Iran imposed on Iranians by a Western power like Jimmy Carter and British Broadcasting Corporation, who they made a hero and a saint out of Khomeini for the whole world. Today, Iranians can see why the US and the Western powers want the mullah's regime to remain in power in Iran. I will be speaking Persian language. در کشور آمریکا کمبود کلیه هستش و این خانم دکتر به نام ریور میاد میگه که با یک دکتر ایرانی صحبت کرده به نام بهار بهارستان و ایشون میگه که بریم ایران کلیه بیاریم. باستانی، بهار باستانی، بریم ایران کلیه بیاریم. و موقعیت این نیستش که این مردم ایران این کار رو دارن انجام میدن چون که یک کاریه که مثلا فرق فشار میاره به مردم ایران که بیان کلیه‌هاشون رو بدن و من اینو دارم میگم. حالا بد نبود که نفتمون رو میدزدن، حالا این خانم خودش هم با آمریکایی‌ها دست به یکی کردن که بیان اعضای بدن مردم ایران بفروشن. روی این مسئله من بیشتر کار خواهم کرد، بیشتر خواهم نوشت. این فقط یه اول قضیه بود.